It's time to go camping down Camp Crystal Lake for my Friday the 13th franchise bloody rankings. Hit the intro. So I am back with my third franchise ranking videos. We've done Michael Myers Halloween, we've done Chucky Child's Play. It's Jason's turn for Friday the 13th. This is the biggest franchise I've done yet, so let's crack open a Carlsberg. Here we go. So number 12, the worst of the Friday the 13th franchise. I just have to double check because, let's be honest, there's a lot of stinkers in the Friday the 13th franchise, and unpopular opinion, for me, it's Jason Goes to Hell. Oh my god, what an abomination of a film for a Friday the 13th film. In the 9th installment, Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, you add mythology into this franchise. No. Jason looks cool, isn't in the film for much of it because you've got average people running around killing people. Jason is an evil slug and he possesses people. Bad, that's what I'm trying to say. God, I hate this film. Never watching it again. Redeeming qualities is the gore is alright. Like I said, Jason looks cool, but you don't get to look at him. And the opening, I don't mind. And yeah, like I said, the gore. And actually the hand at the end of Freddy's glove is cool, but the rest of the film, it's a snooze fest. I'm not really intrigued in any of the characters. The new mythology added in with the dagger. Needs another Voorhees to live. Enough said. Yeah, so the Friday the 13th franchise, there's a few that range from bottom, but that one was the worst for me. Coming in at number 11, just by a nudge higher than Jason Goes to Hell, is Jason Takes Manhattan. And the one redeeming thing that this does better is Julius with the boxing kill, where Jason and him are punching on the roof. Kane Hodder taking all those punches, then one big punch knocks his head off. That's the redeeming thing that puts this film up slightly over Jason Goes to Hell, but what a bad film. Jason himself, he looks cool, but when he takes his mask off, he looks awful. Jason, the blatant lie in the title, Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason takes a boat and, you know, has maybe last 20 minutes of the film in Manhattan. Yeah, this is a really weak film. Has some good moments, some of the kills on the cruise ship or the boat that he takes to Manhattan, but really this is a skip watch. Don't watch it. Just Google Julius boxing scene and that's all you need to see from Jason Takes Manhattan. So that is why it is number 11. Coming in at number 10, and I'm going to leave a little thing here which says sorry Tyler, because coming in number 10 is Jason X. I had to do it. I'm sorry, I had to do it. It's Jason in space. It's a Friday the 13th ranking. We all know the beloved Friday the 13th, the Camp Crystal Lake killer. And he's in space. I will admit this is a fun film. It's one of those wacky, let's send a horror villain to space thing. Leprechaun did it. I actually still need to watch that. That's in my watch list at the moment for the Leprechaun franchise. God, why am I doing that to myself? But it's got the best kill, the liquid nitrogen, where he puts the girl's face in. Smash! Dead. Yeah, like again, there's some cool characters, but it's just so, it doesn't look like a proper spaceship, it just looks really Power Ranger and shit, and I did like Power Rangers, but in my Jason film, it's not for me. Jason looks cool, I think, throughout the film, even when he's normal and when he's upgraded. Yeah, I don't know, this isn't my best of films, but I probably could put it in and have a good watch. And Jason X comes in at number 10. Okay, I need to avoid bullets in the comment section because part 5 really should be coming next, but not for me. Coming in at number 9 is Friday the 13th, part 3, 3D. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry, I know it's the movie where Jason gets his mask. I know it has some awesome kills. I know it's an iconic film, but the first act, I just can't get through it. It's so boring. I think the characters are a bit generic, apart from that one guy who walks around on his hands because he's quite cool and he has that awful machete to the crotch kill. us guys know about that. That would hurt quite a bit. But just, I can't really get through this film. The final act is good, where the axe to the head when Jason gets masked, got Shelley, Billy, one of Billy's favourite Friday characters. But has some of the worst acting in the franchise, I think, and it's just all the over-inclusion of the 3D gimmicks just really doesn't help this film, and I know that's what makes it enjoyable to watch, but in my eyes, unfortunately not. If I ever get a chance to watch it in proper 3D, I will, but Friday the 13th Part 3 sitting in at number 9. So coming in at number 8 is Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, and the obvious Jason isn't the killer. Not necessarily a bad thing, but his replacement of Roy Burns is blue balls. It's just, I remember first watching that film, and apart from the corny moments, like there's so much tits and all that in the film, but I think the director did actually porn before the film, so that's probably why. Some of the kills are awful, and it probably is a worse film than Part 3. But I can watch it and have a good time. You've got to have enjoyment levels at some point. I can watch sexy Psycho Tommy. I can watch, I can watch this film and have a good time. I like the blue mask. I think that's you know, cool to an extent. It has the nice kill where he wraps the belt around that guy's head and twists it and it buckles and cracks his skull. Love it. And the shears kill as well. I also think Part 5, score is really underrated. So I'm a bit of a Part 5 New Beginning fan. I know Billy couldn't finish it when he watched it. Sorry that I'm ranking it this high over Part 3, but you know, they could be at any points. The bottom 3 deserve to be there, but these two could be any spots. But I gave Part 5 the edge because I'd probably want to rewatch it more, but that's just me. Don't hate me in the comments below. So that's all like the worst Friday films out of the way. We're now going to get into the mediocre to good to the best of the best. And this is where I might have to avoid some more bullets, but coming in at number... coming in at number 7 is the original Friday the 13th. I'm sorry, it had to be done. Yes, it impacted the horror genre, it's kicked the slasher genre, which is my favourite genre. But when watching it, there's some bad acting, there's some cheap kills. There are some good kills in the film, don't be wrong. You've got the arrow through the neck, you've got the axe to the face. There's a lot of good kills in this film. And the actual performance of Pamela Voorhees, excellent, really good villain, really scary. And I don't know, when I watch this, it's alright. It's a good Friday film. It's a mediocre Friday film, and it gets better throughout with the higher ones. I will tell you when I get there. But the original Friday the 13th, great score, obviously, great kills. I'm not going to fault it. It's middle of the ranking because, you know, watch the film. You'll understand. It's hard to put into words because there's some old corny moments. But anyway, number 7, the original Friday the 13th. Please don't hate me. Let's move in to number 6. And another mediocre Friday film is Friday the 13th Part 7, A New Blood. New Blood. I like the main character. I think Tina's really good, and I like that it explored something different with her telepathic abilities, where she can see things or make stuff. It really picks up in the third act with her versus Jason. Kane Hodder's first performance as Jason, and I think it was a good performance. Or the amount of sacrifice and will that guy puts into that role, unbelievable. He's not my favourite Jason, not by far. I'll tell you who my favourite Jason is at the end of the video, where my number 1 ranking, not giving it away in the background there. Yeah, it's got the actual characters, like the teenagers gone to have sex and get drunk, forgettable, apart from Melissa, who is the bitch, like the blonde bitch. And the ending is horrendous, with her bringing her zombie dad back to life because she accidentally killed him as a kid. That's what they're exploring in the film. He pulls Jason down underwater, back underwater, and yeah, it's a really bad ending. I think if the gore was a bit better in this film and it had a better ending, this would be definitely top 3, because I do like The New Blood, but those things really put it down to number 7. So some of the bad characters, bad gore, and terrible ending, but I like Tina, and I think she's a really good character. And obviously Kane Hodder's first appearance as Jason, he fucking nailed it. And coming in at number 5 is the Friday the 13th remake from 2009. I really like this film. Unpopular opinion, a lot of people hate it. People say, oh, this film's awful because Trent is you're supposed to hate Trent from Friday the 13th, the remake, the reboot or remake, whatever it's called. And you're supposed to hate him, and you do hate him. Not like Tina from Halloween 5, where you're supposed to. Oh, she replaces Rachel with the best thing from part 4, but then they bring in Tina, and she's a. Calm. Good kills. The first opening act, Jason running around using bear traps and hanging the girl over the fire and burning. Excellent stuff. I like that it still did the original Friday story, but just merged into one. And I think it was a nice film, a good film. I like all the 3 main cast. Yeah, Clay, Winnie, and Jenna are the 3 main characters. I could get behind them, and I wanted them to live. And obviously, 2 girls. One of them had to go. Bye bye. No, but I do really like this film, and I can put it in and have a good time. I think Derek Mears as Michael Myers is good, and he's one of the scariest Michael Myers, definitely. Kind of similar to the Rob Zombie's Tyler Mane Michael Myers, where he's just a big brute force, which you would not want to meet in a dark alley. But I think overall this is a solid Friday the 13th film, and that's why it gets the number 5 spot. We're in the top 4, baby, and coming in at number 4 is Freddy vs. Jason. I really love this film, and probably for the main reason that everyone else does. The final act where you get to see Jason and Freddy beat the living shit out of each other. This is what you want to see in a horror versus horror, icon versus icon fight. Blood, gore, you name it. That really saves this film. Some of the characters are really hard to get behind. I don't like the choppy emotion the cameras do when everyone gets hit. That's bad. The actual story, bringing them 2 together, is good. Everyone's forgot about Freddy, and Freddy in his dreams wakes up Jason to go start killing people on Elm Street, because obviously Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th are very close, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's fun, work with it. It's horror, you can work with it. There's so many just things you can forgive in horror films. It's kind of funny. But he brings them back to kill people, then everyone starts dreaming about Freddy again, giving him his powers. I thought that was a brilliant concept to get them both versus each other, and obviously Jason gets a bit greedy, taking all Freddy's kills, and Freddy's like, hey Jason mate, do you want to calm the fuck down? I want to do some killing. I think Freddy gets 1, maybe 2 kills in the whole film. So them actually fighting and the concept of the film is good. Some of the characters are hard to get behind, but the majority are good. The ending where she decapitates Freddy, I liked, and it ends with him walking out of his head. I like that. That's Jason holding Freddy's head, but he winks at the camera, so you know that fucker's not dead. But a big problem about this film is Jason, like the performance by Kane Kazinga. I hope I pronounced that right. He's a bit robotic and just a walking zombie, and obviously there's many more Jason actors that could have played him and done a better role. But still, what we got, it was a nice film. I can put it in, have a blast, have a beer, have a good time. Good kills, good gore, good fight, good concept. Some mediocre to bad characters, but overall I think it's an enjoyable watch, and that's why it gets the number 4 position in the Friday the 13th ranking. Coming in at number 3 is Friday the 13th Part 2. Holy shit. I love this film. I rewatched it the other day and I was like, bro, I don't remember it being this good. I really liked it. It's got really enjoyable campers, like characters. It's got Ginny, the final girl in this film. She's such a good final girl. Obviously used a child psychology thing to mess up Jason at the end, putting on the sweater of Pamela Voorhees. One of the most iconic scenes, moments in the Friday the 13th franchise. Kills are good, music again is good. It's basically the first film, but just done better in my opinion. Better paced, I think, better characters. You've got the wheelchair kill, I think that's great. And you've got, a good Jason performance. I know Jason isn't fully developed and he's stumbling around, but he's still developing, he's still growing. He's obviously got the sack head. I don't mind the sack head, a lot of people hate it, but yeah, I don't mind sack head Jason. I think he looks pretty cool with the hole. No, but overall, Friday the 13th Part 2, sorry, absolutely love that film, and I'll be putting it in very soon to have another rewatch. Friday the 13th Part 2, number 3. So, we are at the bottom 2 if you're not aware of the Friday the 13th franchise, we've got Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, and Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, which is going to be the number 1 on my ranking. I teased it earlier, and I think the most enjoyable film is Jason Lives, and that's going to be number 2. Yet again, a really good Friday film, self-aware, great characters. You've got Tom Matthews playing as Tommy Jarvis, really good character. Obviously you saw him in Part 4, which I'll get to, as Corey Feldman. Then Part 5 to Part 6, he's kind of the Tommy Jarvis trilogy, but everything about this film, it's self-aware, Jason's good, all the characters are good. It's the sheriff as well, he goes out on his back, he doesn't believe Tommy Jarvis, then he finally meets Jason as a badass stand-off from the shotgun, finally dies, and that's really upsetting. I wanted that character to live when I first saw it, unfortunately, but that's just good storytelling. You want someone to live and innocent people die, so when a horror film does that, which is also self-aware and funny, you've hit the perfect mix. Final act, chopping Jason's head up in the blade in the sea, very, very good. However, I think the gore could have been a tiny bit better in this film, and that might be why it's number 2 and not number 1. But number 1, the best Friday the 13th film, Jason Part 4, Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. This is what every Friday film tries to be, and this is the best Friday the 13th film. And most people agree with me. You've got Ted White playing as Jason, really good Jason Voorhees. The kills by Tom Savini, amazing. You've got Axel with the buzz, like the saw when he twists his neck round, excellent. You've got Corey Feldman and you've got his family, the Jarvis family, all likeable characters. You've got the actual campers who go there to get pissed, get drunk, funny and entertaining as well. You've got the Doubleman twins, who has an awesome death when they get thrown out the building onto the car. You've got Crispin Glover from Back to the Future doing his dance. Sweet, sweet dance moves there. And the final act, I'll get to my favourite thing in a minute. The final act with Tommy Jarvis putting the axe in Jason's head and sliding down. Beautiful, beautiful. Final girl Trish, really likeable, really get behind her. You've got funny moments with he's killing me, he's killing me. And my favourite thing from the film is probably the score. I absolutely love Part 4's score. It's amazing. And if I'm just, sitting in silence, just bang on Friday the 13th Part 4's theme, because it's brilliant. It reminds me of the film. I love it. I can rewatch this film anytime I want and have a great time with it. So that is my Friday the 13th franchise ranking. Put yours in the comments below. I hope you're not offended if your favourites were ranked low in this list. Obviously it's my opinion, your opinion, everyone has a different opinion. So put yours in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comment and subscribe. And my next franchise I'll be doing, it's a bit of a shorter one. It is the Scream franchise. So we'll be looking at all 4 Scream films. See you in the next one, people.